Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, I'm going to show you the top 5 best meta loads to use here in MW2 Season 4. Now, with these builds, I guarantee increase of kills, increase that KD, and you're just going to get more nukes. So if you guys are new here and find this video to help, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any more videos. But anyways, guys, let's get into it. Now, for our first meta weapon, guys, we have the TEMPUS Razorback Assault Rifle. Now, I can't lie, this is actually one of the best assault rifles you can use here in MW2 as of right now. Now, for my class for this build, we are going to start with the muzzle, and we're going to start with the Colossus Flash Hider. Now, this is going to help with muzzle flash concealment, recoil steadiness, and recoil stabilization. Your weapon's going to be a lot steadier. The weapon's a lot more calm. You're going to be hitting your shots more accurately, help you get more kills at those longer ranges. So overall, I think this is a really helpful attachment for our first one. Now, jumping down to our second attachment, we're going to the underbarrel and adding on the Edge 47 grip. I talk about this attachment a lot. It is the best underbarrel you can use here in Modern Warfare 2. You're getting a lot of recoil stabilization, a lot of aiming auto stability, and you're not taking as many cons away as these others. It's taking away mobility. We don't want that, so we're going to be adding this on for attach number 2. Now, for the magazine, I am adding on the 45 round mag. Now, you can add on the 60 if you really want to, but I think it takes away too much mobility in handling. Now, since this weapon is really good, we don't want that handling going down. We still want to be aggressive, have that run and gun type of playstyle, so we are going to add on that 45 round mag. You can't really tell the difference with this, but once you get into that 60 round, you can actually tell that you're moving a little bit slower, aiming down sights slower and everything, so you can't be as aggressive as you can with the 45 round mag. So we are going to be adding this on. Now for our next attachment, guys, we are going to the rear grip and adding on the Casus X grip. Now this can help us sprint the fire speed and aim down sight speed. Since we have a little bit of attachments here, help with recoil steadiness, recoil stabilization, and recoil control, we're going to make some attachments on here that's going to help us be a little bit more aggressive. Because I've said it in multiple videos here, being aggressive is going to reward you with high kill games. This is how it is in Modern Warfare 2. So you want to add on attachments that gives you more kills, make you more aggressive, aim down sight speed, sprint the fire speed. So this attachment is going to be a great fit here. Now for our final attachments, before we get into our tunes, we are going to be adding on the LTX Eclipse. This is going to help with more sprint the fire speed and aim down sight speed, just overall helping us be more aggressive. So again, it's going to help us get more kills. Now getting into our tunes for our assault rifle here, we are going to start with the muzzle. Now I have my gun kick control at 0.28 and my aim down sight speed here at 0.45. I'm going to go through these tunes pretty quick so the video isn't too long here. We just got more handling, more recoil control, just making the weapon a little bit easier to control. Help us be a little bit more aggressive. That's really good here. Now for the Edge 47 grip, we are going to max out our aim walking speed, so we're getting more mobility when aimed down sights, and also we have some more recoil stabilization. Since we have attachments that's going to help us be aggressive and everything, we're going to work on that recoil stabilization a little bit, make the weapon easier and more smooth when firing, so this is going to be very helpful. Now jumping over to the Casus X, we are going to max out our sprint to fire speed, help us be a little bit more aggressive, making that handling going up, and also we have some more recoil steadiness. So the weapon is going to be very steady when firing, so you can take your gunfights to any range. You're going to be very accurate, and it's going to take your targets out. And then we're going to go to the comb here. We're going to put our aim down sight speed here at 0.15, and then the recoil stabilization at 0.27, making the weapon really easy to use, and we can aim down sights lightning quick. Now for weapon number 2, guys, we have the ISO 45 SMG, which I think is hands down the best SMG here in Modern Warfare 2. Now for my class up, we are going to start with the barrel and add on the last one, which is the 16-inch XLBS. It's going to help with sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control. The weapon's a lot easier to control. The bullets are doing more damage, traveling further. The bullets are traveling faster, hit our targets faster, and also we're now quiet. So we're being quiet, we're being stealthy, so it is going to help us stay alive a lot longer to get on those nuke streaks. Now for the underbarrel, we are going all the way over here and adding on the Bruin Warrior grip. Now this can help with hip fire accuracy and hip recoil control, and then we have aim walking steadiness and recoil steadiness. So when firing our weapon, it's more steady, the weapon's easier to control, we're going to be more accurate, and also if we do need to hip fire, it's a lot more accurate and easier to control. So if you really want to, you can hip fire or aim down sights. You're going to be very accurate and you're going to get easy kills. Now for our next attachment, guys, we are going to the magazine and adding on the 45 round drum. Now for the ISO 45, I feel like the 45 round drum is a must-have attachment here. With the fire rate being so fast, you're going to be reloading every time you get a kill or two. So this magazine here is going to prevent that. So I do think is a must-have attachment. Now, we are going to jump over to the rear grip and add on the EXP Shreer. This is going to help with aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Now, this weapon is really good with that time to kill being really fast. Being aggressive and up close is going to reward you with a lot of kills here, which I'm sure you've seen the gameplay with me ISO 45 in my last video. But having this attachment on, you can either use the Stout or the Shreer. It's really up to you. You want to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more accurate. It's really up to you. But if you're going to be up close and personal, I think the Shreer is going to be your best choice here. Now, for our final attachment here, guys, before we hop into the tunes, we are going to the optic and add on the Slimline Pro. Now, maybe you don't like it or don't have it unlocked. Choose any optic that you really like to, but if you don't have any idea that you want to use, the Chrono Mini Pro is really good. The Chrono Mini Dot's really good, and the Slimline Pro, which I do think is the best, so I will be adding this attachment on. The tunes that you're going to want to use for this build, we are going to start with the barrel. I do have my damage range at 0.22 just to kind of make the time to kill a little bit faster at those longer ranges, and also we have our aim walking speed at 0.08, so this is going to allow our mobility to be up a little bit higher when aimed down sight, so if it's strafing or just moving in general while aimed down sights, it'll be a little bit faster here. Now, for the Bruin Warrior grip, we are going to put our aim down sight speed here at 0.13, so we're going to be aiming down sights a little bit faster, and then we have our hip recoil control at 0.34, so if we do need a hip fire, the weapon's gonna be really easy to control while hip firing, and also with that accuracy, I mean, it's just really easy to control and have really good accuracy. Now, jumping over to the rear grip, we are going to put our sprint to fire speed here at 0.39 and our recoil status at 0.52. We are going to work on that recoil control, but also help us be a little bit more aggressive. So when firing our weapon, it's really steady, and also when firing off a sprint, it's going to be a lot more faster as well. So we're just going to be a little bit more aggressive. And then hopping into our final attachment here, guys, the Slimline Pro, we're going to put it at 2.03 on the eye position. So when aiming down sights and firing our weapon, it has less visual recoil, and our aim down sight speed here will be at 2.42. So we're going to be aiming down sights really quick, being more aggressive for those high kill games. Now, for weapon number 3, guys, I have the VAZNEV 9K going onto my list, just because if you're going to be aggressive with this weapon, I think this is the easiest weapon to use here in Modern Warfare 2. Now, for my class setup, it's kind of similar to the competitive league type of VAZNEV build, but it's a little different when we get into our later build here. But we're going to start with the muzzle, and we're going all the way over here and adding on the Spiral V3.5 flash hider. Now, maybe use this build in rank play or something like this, but this attachment is going to be very helpful. The recoil control in this weapon is good. The only thing that is bothering me is that recoil steadiness. Keeping the weapon steady, being more accurate is going to help you get a lot more kills. And like I said, this weapon is really easy to use, so we're going to be adding attachments, making this weapon better. So this is going to be our first attachment. Now, for attachment number 2, guys, we are going to be adding on the Edge 47 grip. Now, like I said, maybe use this build in rank play, but you have to be accurate if you're going to be in those longer range gunfights, medium to longer ranges. Say if you go against like the TAC 56 or something, you're probably going to lose because you're not being accurate enough, not hitting your shots. So this is going to help the weapon be more calm, easier to control, be more accurate at those longer ranges. So when hitting your shots, you're going to be killing faster than the TAC 56. So make sure to have this attachment on. Now you can't use this attachment in rank play or maybe in the CDL, but you can use this in public matches. So we're going to be adding on the ammunition type and adding on the overpressured plus P rounds. It's going to help with target flinch, but once we get into the tunes, we're going to increase that bullet velocity, increase that damage range, making this weapon a really nice weapon at those longer ranges. So any weapon that you go against, you should win your gunfights when using this attachment, and also it deals extra flinch, so you're going to be a little bit more annoying. Now, for the rear grip, we are going to be adding on the True Tac grip. This is going to help with sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed, just helping us be more aggressive, making the weapon a lot easier to use, so make sure to have this on. And then for our final attachment, we're going to be adding on the Broadside FCT, which is a newer attachment, which came in Season 3. It's going to help with aiming out of stability, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed, just increasing that handling a little bit, more mobility here, so we're running faster around the map, being in people's faces, and that's what we want here. Now, getting into our tunes, making this class up 100 times better, we're going to start with the muzzle, and we're going to put our gun kick control at 0.12, and our aim down sight speed here at 0.48. We're aiming down sights faster, the weapon's not kicking up as much. Now, since this weapon does have a fast fire rate, it will kick up a little bit. If you have recoil control, which shouldn't be a problem here, the weapon's going to be more calm, you're going to be hitting your shots more accurately, and I mean, with the time to kill on this weapon, I mean, you're getting a lot of kills being up close, being aggressive, and that's what you want. Now for the Edge 47 grip, we are going to max out our aim walking speed, so we're getting more mobility when aimed down sights. And then we're going to put our aim down sight speed here at 0.36. Now with this build, you just want to be aggressive as you can. I mean, you want to be arm length away from people, barrel stuffing people, just being aggressive as you can. But if you need to, take your gunfights to medium to long range. You're still going to be hitting your shots, aiming down sights first, getting those first bullets off. I mean, just being aggressive with this weapon is key. So try to get as close and just up in people's faces as you can when using this build. Now for the overpressured rounds, we are going to max out our bullet velocity. It's going to help our bullets travel a lot faster and also travel a little bit further. And then we have that damage range going up here, so our bullets are more stronger and traveling a lot further when tuning this attachment like this. Now for the True Tac grip, we are going to put our aiming stability at 0.06. Now what I found out about this, actually tuning this, you actually gain handling here. So that's actually really odd putting in on aiming stability than you would sprint the fire speed, because you actually lose handling when going there. So we're going to bring this up a little bit. I don't really understand why it works like that, but just make sure you put this at 0.06 on the aiming stability. And then we're going to put our recoil sense at 0.48, just helping our weapon be a lot more steady. And then for our final attachment here, guys, we're going to max out that aim walking speed, so we're getting more mobility when aimed down sights and not change anything here on the left bar, because if we try to get more handling, it just goes down, so there's really no point here. So we're not going to change anything here on that left bar. Now for our next weapon in today's video, guys, we have the M4. Now this weapon is 100% meta. It got banned in the competitive league. People thought it was too good. I mean, it's very accurate. You can use this weapon as a submachine gun as well. So for my build, we're going to be very accurate, but also keep it where you can be aggressive. So we are going to start with the barrel, and we're going to be adding on the best attachment here for the M4, which is the high tower 20-inch barrel. Bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, and hip fire accuracy. If you need a hip fire, it's really easy on the hip fire. Recoil control, the weapon's going to be really easy to control. We have that damage range and bullet velocity, so our bullets are traveling faster, hitting harder, traveling a lot further. So I think this is a must-have attachment for our first one. Now for the muzzle, keeping this attachment easy to control and everything, we're going to be adding on the Cronin Mall 86. It's going to help with recoil steadiness, recoil stabilization, and muzzle flash concealment. The weapon's easier to control, way more steady. That's what we want here. Being accurate, just getting those high kill games while being accurate. That's what we want here. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to be adding on the Demo Fern grip. This is going to help with aiming, auto stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. Now you can add on the Edge 47 grip if you really want to, but we're going to be adding this attachment on, changed up a little bit. Aiming stability is really important here. Same with that hip fire accuracy, but also that recoil stabilization it is. So I'm adding this attachment on. We're going to be jumping over to the rear grip and adding on the Sakin ZX grip. It's going to help with recoil control, just keeping this weapon really easy to control, getting those longer range gunfights. So with this build, up close, medium, further range, and super long ranges, you're not going to have any troubles, so make sure to have this attachment on. And then for our final one, before we hop into the tunes for this build, we are going to the stock, adding on the TEMPUS P80 strike stock for that sprint speed, aim walking movement speed, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed, for that mobility and handling. Now for the tunes for my M4 class up, we are going to start with the barrel. Now I have my damage range at 0.17 and the aim walking speed at 0.31, so we're getting more damage in range for our M4, but also we are getting more mobility when aimed down sight. So if it goes just to strafing or just in general moving faster when aimed down sight, so if you're a pre-aimer or just always aim down sight, it's going to help you out a lot here. Now for the Cronin Mall 86, we're going to put our gun kick control at 0.23 and our aim down sight speed at 0.55. So we're aiming down sight faster, and also the weapon won't be kicking up as much. So that's very helpful here for this tune. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to put our aim walking speed at 0.32, so we're getting more mobility when aimed down sights, and then we have more recoil stabilization here at 0.44, so our weapon is really easy to control. I mean, you're going to be hitting all your shots being very accurate, and that was my goal with this class setup here. Now we're going to jump over to the rear grip. We're going to put our sprint to fire speed at 0.09, and then we're going to put our aim down sight speed at 0.39. So we're going to be aiming down sights faster, shooting faster off a sprint, helping us a little bit more in those closer up gunfights. And then for our final attachment, which is the stock, we're going to put our aim walking speed at 1.01 and our aim down sight speed at 0.13. So we're getting more mobility and more handling. Now for our final weapon in today's video, guys, we're going to be using the HCR56. Now everyone's starting to use this weapon in Warzone right now. People are just finding the potential in this weapon. It's really good. Now we're going to convert this LMG into more of an assault rifle, which we're going to start with the magazine, and we're going to be adding on the 30 round mag. It's going to give us a ton of mobility, ton of handling. It's going to help us run faster around the map, be more aggressive, reload fast, aim down sights fast, shoot fast off a sprint. Just a lot of weight just came off this weapon, which can help us be more aggressive. So we're going to be adding this attachment on here. Now for the rear grip, we are going to be adding on the step 40 grip. It's going to help with recoil control. Now from some reason here, although the recoil control on this weapon is really good, I feel like this weapon jumps a lot. It's just a really bouncy weapon. I don't like that. So this attachment here is going to help the weapon just be really easy to control, very calm, and that's what I want here. Now for the comb, we are going to be adding on the FTAC C11 riser stock or comb here. That's going to help us sprint the fire speed, aim down sight speed. Again, we need more handling, and as you guys see here with the handling already, it's almost maxed out. I mean, we're going to have some really aggressive type of play styles here with this weapon here, so we're going to be adding this attachment on. Now for the optic, since I do not like the iron sights for any weapon here in the HCR family here, the STB, the MX9, the HCR, the iron sights on this weapon is not the best, so I am going to be adding on the Slimline Pro. And then for our final attachment, we are going to the barrel and adding on the Bruin S620. It is going to help with aim down sight speed, movement speed, and hip recoil control. So if we need a hip fire, it has better recoil control. We're moving faster around the map, and also we have that fast aim down sight speed. Now the tunes you want to use for this class up, we're going to put our damage range max that out at 0.40, so we're getting a lot more range, a lot more damage, and also we're going to have recoil status here at 0.40. Since the mobility is not that bad, same with the handling, we are going to put this here so our weapon is a lot more steady, very accurate, so at any range, I mean, you're taking people out very easy. Now, for the Slimline Pro, we are going to max out our eye position out far to 0.25. This is going to give us less visual recoil when firing our weapon and also give us a little bit more accuracy. And then we have our aim down sight speed here at 0.68. So we're going to be aiming down sights really fast with this LMG here. Now for the FTAC riser comb, we're going to put our aim down sight speed at 0.16 here. So we're going to be aiming down sights a little bit faster. And then we have that recoil stabilization here at 0.11. So our weapon is really easy, very calm to use. So we're not going to have to worry about recoil control. Now for the step 40 grip, we are going to put our sprint to fire speed at 0.28, so we're going to be shooting faster off a sprint. And then for that recoil stance, we have a 0.65. But there you go, guys. Those are my top 5 favorite weapons to use right now, which I think these weapons are meta. So try them out. Let me know in the comment section what is your highest kill with any of them, and let me know in general what is your favorite classes up. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If any of these videos help, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel with notifications on. But you guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.